Well, folks, the Democrats have a line on 2024. It is that Donald Trump is a fascist, and they're trotting out their best and brightest to pitch that line, including Al Sharpton, intellectual heavyweight. Al Sharpton, of all people, is going to claim that Donald Trump is an autocrat, an authoritarian. How Al Sharpton continues to have a show on MSNBC is simply beyond me. It's just astonishing to me. Al Sharpton is one of the great race grifters of the last 100 years. He is a racial conflagrationist, just a terrible person on every level, a shakedown artist. And here he is talking about how Donald Trump is a threat to the Republic or some such.
He may be convicted before the election, which means he'd be the first American president, if he was convicted of a felony by then, that couldn't even vote for himself. So, I mean, we're running around the country telling young people, register to vote, you need to come out, but we're going to elect somebody who couldn't vote because of a criminal record. I mean, we are really at a real cross-section of whether we're going to be for democracy or an autocracy or a dictatorship.
Now, that is the brilliant Al Sharpton there saying that we are at a real cross-section. I hate when you come to a cross-section. He means a crossroads. But Captain Malaprop over here, he's vital. It is vital that he be on national TV. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, who is a full-time troll, he did an interview with Fox News host Sean Hannity last night. And Hannity was trying to prompt him to say he's not a dictator and this is ridiculous. And so Hannity said, I want to go back to you on one issue because the media have been focused on this and attacking you. And he said, under no circumstances, you're promising America tonight, you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody. And here was Trump's response.
You would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border and I want to drill.
That's not retribution. I'm going to be, you know, he keeps, we love this guy. He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator, so that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president.
Trump, there, what he's doing is he's actually answering a question that wasn't asked. What Hannity said is, are you going to use power to punish your enemies? Like to go after all the people that you hate? And Trump's like, no, except on day one. And what I mean by that is I'm going to drill and close the border. And Trump is, and Hannity's like, well, that's not what we're talking about. But Trump, continues with the now, what is Trump doing? Trump is doing two things. One, he believes that if Democrats continue to push this autocrat line, that it's going to fail for them. Because the truth is that when it comes to exercise of executive power, autocratic power, the Democratic Party is way more autocratic in its exercise of executive power than the Republican Party has been historically. Barack Obama used the pen and the phone. Joe Biden has used the pen and he has used the phone. Joe Biden is activating his own Justice Department to go after Trump right now. So Trump is like, fine, I dare you. Do the autocrat argument. Do the tyrant argument. Let's see how that goes for you. But Trump is saying something else. He's saying, listen, if you elect me, then I'm just going to do the border thing and I'm just going to do the drilling thing. And those are things that I can do as president without congressional approval. And he's not totally wrong about that. When he was president, he did take stronger border measures under current law. Enforcing current law is all that needs to happen in order to regularize the border. You don't need new laws. You might need some funding, but you don't need new laws down at the border. It's illegal to illegally cross the border, obviously. That's why they're called illegal immigrants. And when it comes to drilling, what he means is that he could single-handedly just waive all of these different requirements for offshore drilling, for example. So he could do all of that. That's not autocratic, though. The October 15th tax deadline, it has long come and gone. I know many of you might be dreading the stress of filing your taxes. I get it. Filing your taxes is a long, excruciating process, but if you fail to file, you'll start to pile those penalties on your tax debt today. That's why you need to check out Tax Network USA. The team at Tax Network USA has a track record of success. They've reduced tax debts for numerous clients totaling over $1 billion. Whether you're looking at a $10,000 or a $1 million tax debt, they can help you with a settlement. It doesn't matter if you haven't filed in 1 year, 5 years, even a whole decade. Tax Network USA is equipped to secure the best settlement for you. Their expert attorneys and tax professionals can help resolve all tax cases, no matter how they started. So don't let tax debt control your life any longer. Take the first step to resolving those tax issues by visiting taxnetworkusa.com/Shapiro. Again, once you get behind the eight ball on those taxes, they start to accrue penalties. You can really spend the rest of your life fighting this stuff unless you get it resolved right now. This is why you should visit my friends over at taxnetworkusa.com/Shapiro. That's taxnetworkusa.com/Shapiro today. Taxnetworkusa.com/Shapiro. Also, I got to tell you, the holidays are here, but that doesn't mean that holiday stress isn't arriving on your doorstep as well. If you need a better night's sleep, great solution for you, Beam's Dream Powder. Beam's Dream Powder contains a powerful all-natural blend of ingredients, including magnesium L-theanine. It's not just your run-of-the-mill sleep aid. It's a concoction carefully crafted to help you slip into the sweet embrace of rest without the grogginess that often accompanies other sleep remedies. Sleep is the foundation of our mental and physical health. You have to have a consistent nighttime routine to function at your best. Today, my listeners get a special discount on Beam's Dream Powder. That's their best-selling hot cocoa for sleep with no added sugar. Now available in delicious flavors like cinnamon cocoa, chocolate peanut butter, and mint chip. Better sleep has never tasted better. Just mix Beam Dream into hot water or milk, stir or froth, and enjoy before bedtime. If you find yourself battling those bedtime blues, give it a shot. Your weary self will indeed thank you. If you want to try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder, take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Get up to 50% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/Ben. Discount auto apply to checkout. No code necessary. That's shopbeam.com/Ben for up to 50% off. So, again, what Hannity was asking him is not what Trump actually answered, but what Trump is really saying is, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro, on this. Well, he's going to get it. I mean, this is both sides getting exactly what they want. Trump wants to run against Biden. Biden wants to run against Trump. Biden wants to run on the idea that Trump is an autocrat. Trump wants to run on the idea that Biden is calling him an autocrat. They all want the same thing. And somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. It's going to be fascinating to see how this plays out. Meanwhile, federal prosecutors on Tuesday accused Donald Trump of a long pattern of lying about elections and encouraging violence, saying he sent supporters to the U.S. Capitol on January 6th to criminally block the election results. That, of course, is a wild exaggeration of what Trump actually did on January 6th, where he said that he wanted people to peacefully protest outside the Capitol building. He literally said that in his speech. In a new court filing, prosecutors working for special counsel Jack Smith went further than they did in their August indictment in attempting to tie Trump to the riot. They intend to introduce evidence of his acts before the November 2020 presidential election and his subsequent alleged threats to establish his motive, intent, and preparation for attempting to subvert Joe Biden's legitimate election victory. This is what the prosecutors are saying. They're saying that he, quote, sent supporters, including groups like the Proud Boys, whom he knew were angry and whom he now calls patriots, to the Capitol to achieve the criminal objective of obstructing the congressional certification. Wait, but if this is the way that it works, that if you send people you are angry to protest a thing, you are now responsible for the riot that ensues, that's a lot of politicians responsible for a lot of riots, if that is the new legal standard. Again, this is a bad legal case by Jack Smith. It is an overreach. It is a wild overreach. And it's not going to take down Trump, because the reality is, again, all this stuff is baked into the cake. It is all baked into the cake at this point. Trump knows it. This is why Biden's at a severe disadvantage. It is why, again, I'm going to keep pointing this out. When it comes to the Real Clear Politics polling, what it shows is not that Joe Biden is sinking in the polls. What it shows is that Joe Biden is holding steady in the polls and Trump is rising. That ceiling that everybody thought Trump had, including me, at like 46, 47%, he is breaking that ceiling fairly regularly now. Latest poll out today from Messenger HarrisX has Trump up 6 on Joe Biden. That is well outside the margin of error, which is 2.2. It has Trump at 53 and Biden at 47. Trump is regularly breaking 50 in these polls. That is something new. And that is not because Trump is suddenly beloved of the American people. It's because people are making up their mind that if they're undecided between Trump and Biden, they would rather have the old guy. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Facts, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.